Brent Harding and
Barrett Matthews.
fantastic. We are here for this morning's edition of Wealth Warriors. Now, you probably noticed that we made a change in the show, that we have moved, like Larry King Live, to a different topic. Why? Because it is hot, hot, hot. The questions, the demands were out there, and they said, you know what? Hey, do this one now. So guess what? We're doing it now. So let me tell you a little bit about who we are and what we do for anybody that is new to Wealth Warriors. We, as Wealth Warriors, are committed to that word. We're committed to wealth. The show, my personal commitment, and I know as well as Barrett's when he's here with me on the show, and that is this, that we want to help 100,000 families around the world over the next 60 months to produce wealth. Large charge, but I know that it can be done. Now, am I going to do it personally? No. But what we're going to do is we're going to join forces with other entities that have the same mission, that want to help people produce wealth. Because contrary to popular belief, there is enough room at the top for all of us. There's certainly enough room for 100,000 of us. We also know that 100,000 represents a movement. It attracts attention. And so as a result of that, we are committed to helping you attain wealth. So we're going to be talking about a wide variety of subjects. Well, actually not a wide variety. We're going to be talking about the top 12 subjects that get us there. For example, we're talking about owning our own business. Why? Because it is a pillar of wealth. We're going to talk about real estate. Why? Another pillar. You know, I was reading a book, Think and Grow Rich, old book. Yes, please do read it. And in that book, he talked about 12 keys. Well, the interesting thing about the 12 keys was the 12th key was about money. And I say this to you, and I spoke about this last week. I say this to you because I want us to get it in perspective. A lot of us think I gotta get the cash, and that is true. But simultaneously, there are things that we need to do, things that we need to get in order that become the pillars of our wealth and create the commitment. Our mission by December is to see some amazing things occur in our life. And in fact, Barrett's going to share a zenith type of activity that's going to occur in December. I'm going to be talking about a zenith type of activity that should occur in October. If not October, then it will be April of 2016, but I'm working on something for you. So with that being said, I want to welcome you to today's broadcast. We are talking about we're talking about owning our own business, but in particular, we're looking at a specific model that oftentimes people don't necessarily look at, or they have some preconceived notions about that particular topic. And what we want to do is debunk. We want to debunk the things that are not true and bring you the 411, the 911 on a specific business model. What's the model? The model is network marketing. In fact, you know what? Let's get the fingers going. I want you to hashtag network marketing because that's what we're talking about this morning. And we'll probably talk about it. We'll talk about it a couple of times throughout this year, but we're going to get the party started right now. Why? Because we're at the end of the first quarter and now we are in speed mode. You know why? Because the first 2 months, we were easing into things. The third month, we're not quite ramped up. The entire country has had snow. In fact, it's snowing in Boston today. So now we need to get prepared for April because guess what? No excuses. With that being said, let me bring on my co-host for him to say good morning and hello to you, and then we'll get this party started. Barrett, the floor is yours.
Well, good morning, Brent. How are you today?
I am gloriously wonderful and absolutely marvelous. How about that?
Woo! I love that. I like to hear that. Well, that's fantastic. I'm excited to be here today. I'm excited to talk to people about obtaining wealth, about taking themselves to another level, about just making things different in their life in 2015. Because it's about time that we made a change. You know, and it's time to stop talking about it. It's time to be about it. So that's what we're about here, Wealth Warriors. We're trying to get things in place for people. We're making them take action, making them move forward with all that stuff they've been talking about that they're going to do, they want to do, they should do, they're trying to do. It's time for them to take action, and we're going to make sure that takes place here today. So I'm just happy to be here.
Well, I'm glad to have you here. And in fact, you know what? At this very moment, give them a little bit of background about what you do in terms of procrastination, because this is exactly the time for that, beginning the conversation or to get into the mode, because we said April 1st, no excuses. April 1st is not about April Fool's Day. April 1st is about let's get it done day. So tell them a little bit about the procrastination and how this is going to fit into our dialogue.
Well, I'm Barrett Matthews. I'm the founder of E2E Systems, and E2E stands for Employee to Entrepreneur. So what we do is we coach you in taking that step into moving from an employee mindset to that of an entrepreneur. And it is a mindset change. It's a paradigm shift that you have to go through. What we do is we make sure that happens for you. I also am the founder of a company we're about to launch called P2P Trainers, which is basically productivity to profits. So we want to make sure that all entrepreneurs, first of all, we get you to entrepreneurship, and then make sure that you're making profit, because it's about doing that. Now, what we do in that is we address the big problems of procrastination that come in the way to keep you from doing those things. And I'm also the author of the book, Why Didn't You Get It Done? So, and that book is about you procrastinating. It's to help you to understand that there are several reasons why you don't get things done, and we help you address those reasons and to take steps toward that. So at E2E Systems, we work on programs that make sure that you get those things done and you can have a better life and a better career for yourself.
Fantastic. I appreciate that, because, you know, the reality is we all want it, but it's about taking action to get it done. You know, in fact, now when I talk about things, I talk about action as opposed to activities, because we start doing all kinds of activities. It is action. What are we doing today that's going to create action? And something that Barrett said that I really appreciated, and that is be profitable. You're going to be in business. Be profitable. Know where those break-even points are at so that you know that you're actually in profitability. Would you agree with me, Barrett?
That's right. And you know the difference between profit and income. Those are two different things.
We're going to have to talk about that at another show. We're definitely going to talk about that. Today, we're talking about let's talk about network marketing. Let's talk about owning our business. There are a variety of business models that we can utilize when it comes to entrepreneurship. And what is entrepreneurship? Entrepreneurship it's about owning. It is about taking control. It is about having a business that you are able to develop. It is about business. That's what entrepreneurship is about. Mm-hmm. Now, I had an accountant one time share something with me, and this is what I find powerful. You heard Barrett say that he has two businesses. Well, like him, I have two businesses as well. You know, we can be self-employed. That means here we are, we're solo, we're self-employed. What we did was we bought ourselves a job.
Hey.
Hey. Or we can be in entrepreneurship mode, which means that we have done something that's creating revenue, not just today, but it's perpetually creating revenue. You might refer to that as residual incomes. And that comes from a model that we're going to be talking about today. And again, the model is network marketing. I'll tell you, I'm referring to an article that came out last year. It actually came out in August 29th, and the article is entitled, Would You Join a Multi-Level Marketing Company for Retirement? Multi-level marketing, network marketing, relationship marketing, utilize that category. It is all under the same banner. And what I really appreciated was, you know, at this point, most people have been approached. In fact, I'm always astonished when somebody says to me, especially if you are a certain age bracket, if you're an age bracket that's probably about 40 and above, the likelihood is somebody has contacted you, called you, talked to you about an opportunity. And to wit, by this point, you likely have heard that said to you. For people that are millenniums, may not have heard or had that happen to them yet. So I'm going to tell you right now, let's get the fingers going, and I want you to hashtag multi-level marketing, hashtag network marketing, or you can hashtag yes, somebody has contacted me. But I want to see one of those three show up on the feed for today. You know, oftentimes people have a certain a perspective or an attitude about network marketing because they've heard the glitz and the glamour, and oh, you're going to make all kinds of money. And what has happened is they haven't been given all of the details as to why we do certain things. And in fact, what I do want to read is something that he says in this article, and it says, it all sounds good on paper, yet there's an endless debate about whether these companies or programs are legitimate business opportunities or not. So he decided to dig in. He considers himself a retirement activist. And he said, as a result, I believe that the entire industry is poised for explosive growth. That is, network marketing is poised for explosive growth and can be one of the most significant solutions to America's current retirement saving crisis. We are actually in a crisis. I'm going to give you one more statistic, and then I want to ask Barrett to elaborate or give me his thoughts on it. But I want you to hear this other one. And it goes like this, that they probably aren't able to save enough money to just sit around and slowly deplete their nest egg from age 62 to 100. It says the average 50-year-old is estimated to have less than $50,000. Less than $50,000 in retirement income. So it goes on to say there's an obvious need to find alternative ways to either save money or generate supplemental income starting when? Now. Starting now, because we're going to need it through retirement. With all that being said, Barrett, tell me what your thoughts are.
Well, I mean, it's been an age-old thing that we, as a nation, we are the wealthiest nation in the world, but it's not spread across evenly. And I mean, I was reading a statistic that said, and keep in mind we're in 2015, so there was a census done a while ago, but it was saying that in 2005, 70% of the United States household earned less than $25,000.
When was the statistic?
It was in 2005.
Oh my goodness! Wow.
Yeah, in 2005, and they said 5% of U.S. households earn over $150,000. So it's only 5%. It's not a great population of this country that earns a high income, which is why people are more in this day, and I know you've noticed it, which is why people more in this day are looking for other streams of income, which is why people, are looking to try to save their houses and do different things, working, some people working 2, 3, sometimes 4 jobs just to try to make ends meet and take care of their families, because we're in a different time now than it was when our parents were raising us. It's a different time now.
True that, absolutely true that. In fact, I just got back from Trinidad, where I was working with a business group, and the opportunity, people are looking for opportunities. And what was fascinating to me was it wasn't just people from a certain age bracket, let's say from 40 and above. You've got 20-year-olds, 22, 23, 24-year-olds that are graduating from college that are walking into their lives with $100,000 plus in debt.
Yep. Yeah.
That's such an outrageous. It's such an outrageous statistic, and such an outrageous piece of information. But you know what? Let's go a little bit deeper. What is network marketing? What is a network marketing opportunity? Barrett, why don't you speak to that?
Well, I mean, the thing is, it's no different than just running a business. It's just that you have other people helping you distribute your service or your product. It's the great thing about it is you don't have the high overhead costs that you would incur if you were to start a business from the ground up. As you know, most people spend thousands, sometimes hundreds of thousands of dollars to start their own business. Network marketing, you already have an infrastructure in place, and what it does is allows you to come in at a minimal cost to get your business started. And what you're doing is you are basically just distributing the products or the services and having other people that you're recruiting and bringing on board and training to help you distribute those products or services. Now, the one thing I want to make sure that is clear to everybody watching right now, network marketing or multi-level marketing is not, I repeat, is not a pyramid. I hear that all the time, and let me get this straight right now. First of all, a pyramid is illegal. Let me repeat that. It is illegal. I personally don't like the letters FBI associated with my name.
Nor do I, thank you, nor do I.
Good, I'm glad to know that. So, since we're on here together. But it is illegal. A pyramid is when people are asking you to put in money to where, and then you bring in other people to put in money, and it keeps going up, and everybody gets this pool of the money. Well, the thing is about a pyramid is that, if you notice, I didn't talk about any product or any service being rendered. That is the difference. If there is no product or service being rendered, you better run and run fast. And I was approached by one about a year and a half ago. Someone talked to me. They said it was this gas card thing, and I'm like, okay, what's the product? Well, you get gas. I say, you're saying I get money for pumping gas in my car? And he goes, well, yeah, you pay this money, and then they give you a card, and you can use it to get gas. I'm like, okay, but what is the service again? And he couldn't really explain it. And that's how I knew that this was a pyramid. And guess what? They're not around. So the thing is, that's the difference between a pyramid and network marketing. So please, when someone talks to you about a network marketing opportunity, please don't say, is that a pyramid? You can know the difference between a pyramid and network marketing because one has a product or a service, the other one doesn't. Now, if you want to get into the structure of it, we've seen this. Corporate America is more of a pyramid than network marketing because there's always going to be one person that gets to a high level in corporate America, which is not the case when you're dealing with network marketing. So that's the difference between the two. Now, the thing is, your income in network marketing is what you make it. That's the beauty of it. I love that. You get paid what you're worth. You get paid what you deserve for your work. Now, going back to...
Well, hold on. Give me just one moment. I appreciate that. One of the things that I wanted to do while Barrett was on a roll, and I didn't mean to cut you off, Barrett, but I wanted to share something with you because it falls in line with exactly what you said. And it talked about the fact that multi-level marketing, network marketing, and again, I'm referring back to this article heavily, which, by the way, is from Forbes Magazine. And it says that MLM and direct selling programs also offer very low barriers into entrepreneurship. Generally, they come with training, support, and ample encouragement. And a lot of retirees realize that, and again, I got on this side, but I'm going to flip the other side and be on the side of our youth as well, is that when you're retired, you need something to keep you busy. A lot of times about after the first month of retirement, and my mom, who retired at 55, said after about the first month, then you start twiddling your thumbs and think, okay, well, what am I going to be doing for the rest of my life? So I wanted to bring that up relative to what Barrett was saying, and I wanted to add a little bit of spin on to something that he had said in terms of that word pyramid. And then I'm going to go back and give you a little bit of a definition. He gave you a definition. I want to give you a definition also of what I'm looking and what I'm seeing when we talk about network marketing. But let me start off by saying, with respect to that, he brought out a very key factor and key point. When somebody, I will not take cash. Somebody will say, well, you know what, Brent, I don't have a credit card right now. One of two things: either you're going to go and you're going to get a temp card, or we're going to wait. But we cannot take cash without a service being rendered. No cash with no service. There has to be a service. Now, sometimes we're talking about opportunities that are on the internet. Again, even whether it is an actual physical product or it's something that's on the internet, what has happened is there's still a service. What's the service? What's the product? The product is you've gotten a website. You have a website that can generate business. You have a website. It is yours. It has your name on there somewhere. that is your product. In some instances, the product is what people order on the internet, but there's the vehicle that you have ownership that makes that happen. So therefore, money was transacted by way, let's say, of credit card. Money was transacted that rendered a product that's on the internet. It is still, and it's still making it a legitimate, viable. It is not a pyramid. I wanted to share in terms of network marketing. Barrett brought out some good key words. He said distribution. We are all, when we're in the network marketing business, and by the way, yes, I am a serial entrepreneur. I am a committed professional network marketer. I truly believe in the industry. I believe that you need the right product for you that captures your interest. Because, we want to be authentic. You want to do something that you love. In fact, you know what? Two things. I want you to hashtag the word. If you hear a nugget, I want you to hashtag the nugget that you heard. But I want you to hashtag right now, network marketing is not a pyramid. How about that? Network marketing is not a pyramid. That is important. Having said that, we are all, when we're in that industry, when we use that model, we are all distributors. In fact, if you stop and you think about it, Coca-Cola wanted real estate in locations. For example, they wanted to be in hospitals. So you see Coke machines, even if they physically don't say the word Coke, most people refer to them as Coke machines. They wanted to be on every floor of a hospital. They wanted to be in specific locations. Why? Because that was real estate. They wanted you to see it constantly. Coca-Cola, not everybody likes Coke. Coke isn't the greatest thing in the world. Well, it personally for me, it's not. But here's the point. Coke produces other products. They started off with Coke. They produce other products. And they wanted real estate. They now have it. They have distribution networks. When we're in network marketing, guess what? We're a distribution network for whatever that opportunity is that we're talking about. All of us are distributors. All of us then become part of a business group, a distributorship, a
Right.
network. Would you say that that's about correct, Barrett?
I would. And then let me piggyback on what you were saying. Let me ask you this question, Brent.
Okay.
If I were to tell you I would give you a McDonald's franchise for only $500, would you want it?
Are you kidding? I'd run. Here's $500.
Exactly. So here's the thing. Can you run a McDonald's franchise by yourself?
Good question. Absolutely not.
No, you have to bring in other people to help you in running that franchise. It's the same thing with network marketing. You have to bring in, because a lot of people think, oh, I don't like to recruit. I don't want to recruit. Then you don't really want to run a business. I don't care what it is. You can't run it by yourself and expect it to be successful. You're going to have to bring in other people. Is there a high turnover rate in McDonald's? You bet there is. Is there a high turnover rate in network marketing? You bet there is. But the thing is, in order for that business to run successfully, you are going to have to recruit, build a team, look for people who can replace you. You're just looking for another you, and it's going to be hard. I'm going to tell you that right off the bat. It's going to be hard, but oh boy, is it worth it. Yeah, and then what you just said, I totally agree with you.
You know what? I like your analogy. I think that analogy is an excellent analogy. The McDonald's. You know what? Thank you. I'm going to utilize that one. I'm going to give you credit 3 times. I'll give you credit.
3 times. That's right. Then it's yours.
That's what people often do not realize is, if you think about it, very similar to a BJ's or a Costco or a PriceSmart or any of those large entities, what are they looking for? They're looking for numbers. Why? Because in many instances, numbers drive prices. For example, here in the Northeast, we have a Costco, we have a BJ's. The more membership they have, the better pricing they are able to get. Would you not agree, Barrett?
I agree. That's a great analogy too.
I'll tell you one that really fascinated me was down in Trinidad. There was a company that actually promoted their store, their product, and people like being associated with clubs. They like membership. They liked those kind of entities. Would you agree?
I totally agree.
Well, I'll tell you, this particular entity literally had 50,000 members before it opened its doors. I was astonished. I said, are you kidding me? 50,000 before it opened its doors because it had ramped up. People were enthusiastic, excited. They wanted to be part of a membership. They wanted to have those prices, and they jumped on top of it. Well, you know, the same thing happens very often in network marketing. Why? Because with a pool of people, with a pool of distributors, we are able to oftentimes attract better prices from vendors. And therefore, we are able to offer. That's why oftentimes in a network marketing environment, the pricing can be significantly better because there are so many people that are involved. And at the end of the day, you can call it a business group, you can call it a team, you can call it a group, whatever you choose to call it. But as Barrett brought out, what you're creating is a network of individuals for which, if you are willing to do the work, and you know what fascinates me is people, in fact, I want you to hashtag I'm willing to do the work, because we will work diligently at our jobs.
That's true.
We will give them 40 hours a week, 40 years of our lives, and yet when we say something like network marketing, you are looking for instant growth. It doesn't happen instantaneously. It happens over time. In fact, when I work with a person, I say, listen, I want you to give me an 18-month commitment minimum. Why? You went to college for 4 years? You gave them 4 years of your life. I'm asking you to give me 18 months, follow my lead, stay in the lane so that you can benefit, because when you benefit, we all benefit. Barrett, speak to that. Speak to the benefits, please.
Oh my, the benefits. Matter of fact, I have some stats on that. First, it says network marketing business. This comes from BrandonGale.com. Network marketing businesses that are home-based businesses have an 80% chance of greater success than traditional small businesses. 80% chance of success. So right there, you're already looking good. It says here that in 2015, it's estimated that 50% of American households will be operating home-based network marketing businesses, at least part-time. So,
whoa, wait a minute. You said at 15% will be.
No, 50.
50% will be not only in home-based, but they'll be in network marketing.
Home-based network marketing businesses, at least part-time. So you better be on the right side of that 50%.
Wow, that is. Please give us where that statistic comes from again.
BrandonGale.com. Gale is spelled Gaille.
Wow. Okay.
Here's another. The average worker in this industry who works full-time at direct sales earns more than $55,000 per year, which is more than the average worker in the U.S. makes. 1 out of every 5 network marketing businesses grosses at least 6 figures in sales annually.
That is awesome. You know, folks, are we hearing this? In fact, hashtag network marketing is good, because network marketing is good because it is. There are possibilities. Please continue on, Barrett. You're on a roll.
And I have one more for you. Someone starts a home-based business that is based on network marketing principles every 10 seconds in the world today.
Oh, I have no words for that. Oh, my goodness. That is, folks, I got to say, are you hearing the information? Are you hearing it? In fact, you know what? We're at the halfway point of the show. And when you look up above up above the screen, you should see some icons there. You should see Facebook. You should see LinkedIn. I want you to do me a favor, and that is I want you to go ahead and invite somebody in to hear the information that we're talking about today. Invite somebody in, because we all need to hear this information. And you know what? It may not be you. That you may say, hey, you know what, Brent, this isn't for me. That's okay, but it may be for somebody that you know, somebody that's in need of a career change, that they need a change in their life. You know, it used to be said that a reference to our employment, that we would have, that there was a possibility that we would get a pink slip. There was a possibility. Now, it's a matter of when. because the average person is only at their job between 3 and 5 years. And the older that we get, the more we have to realize the possibilities. And what are we doing as a safety net? Oh, go ahead. I felt that. I felt that. Whoosh.
I'm just saying the United States government shut down, so I don't mean that doesn't tell you something. I don't know.
You know what? You're absolutely right. That's daggone powerful. And nobody ever thought it would happen. Not only did they not think it would happen, but the amount of time that it happened. You know, I know individuals that work for the federal government that the first week they got paid. The second week they got 3 days paid. The third week they got 1 day's paid. The fourth week they got 0. And what many of them were told was, if you do not show up, you will not have a job when this is done.
Right.
And that, you know, I hate to say it this way, but the reality is, did you not think that some of those folks felt hostaged? Adults and felt hostaged.
Yeah.
And we're talking about not the possibility, the probability. It's all, the power is in your hands. You have the ability to start a business. You have, I mean, from a cost perspective, you've got businesses that are as cost effective as $99. $99 to start a business. Where in the world can you start a business for $99? Legitimate, viable business. And most network marketing is turnkey. That means everything is already set up for you. It's almost like it's in a virtual box. You usually will have a website. The only thing that you'll have to go out and purchase is business cards. You usually have a website. You have product that you can purchase. You have opportunities that they are on the internet. So guess what? You don't have to purchase anything in advance. It doesn't require employees. Instead, what you get are partners that actually, when they produce money, guess what? You make money. Is that not awesome? Barrett, speak to it. Speak to it. Speak to it.
Brent, is it okay if I step on some toes?
Go. You know what? Crush them toes. Go right.
All right. The main reason that people are not self-employed is because they know they would make lousy employees for themselves.
Wait a minute. Oh, go. Oh my goodness.
Most people like working in the job environment because they really don't want to do any work, and they know they're going to get a check anyway. Yikes. Well, hey, I told you I had to step on some toes. The thing is, you think that, and I'm not, if I'm not talking to you, then I'm not talking to you. But if I am talking to you, you're saying out, you can type hashtag out into the feed. But what I'm saying is this. You go into work, sometimes you go in late and you think that, oh, they're not going to know I'm late. I'm getting over on them. You take longer breaks than you want to. You leave a little early, and you think, oh, they don't know. But then you have the nerve to complain about how much money you're making. See, guess what? They know you're not working 8 hours a day. They know you're not giving them 40 hours a week, which is why they're paying you the way they're paying you, which is why you don't get rewarded for just doing those little things that you may think is extra, which is why you don't get those perks that other people are getting around the job. The bottom line is you have rented yourself out to them, and you've rented yourself out cheaply, and they are in control of whether they want to keep renting you or not. And sometimes they say, you know, we can rent someone else who's going to perform a little better for less. And then you're finding yourself without a job. And how dare they do that to me after all these years of service? Well, the bottom line is they don't owe you anything because they just rented you. They paid you for what you gave them. Now, if you really want to get paid what you're worth, one, you're going to have to be willing to work. And we talk about network marketing. Well, the key word is not marketing. It's work. Network marketing. I hear people say this all the time, Brent, and it irritates the heck out of me. Oh, I tried that business, but it didn't work for me. Newsflash, network marketing does not work for anybody. You actually have to do the work. It doesn't work for anybody. You have to do the work. That's what any business in the world really doesn't have, if it's network marketing or not. You have to do the work. Otherwise, you will not make a dime. So stop blaming the business, stop blaming the industry, because as Brent said earlier, it is an industry. Don't blame them. Blame yourself if you didn't do what you were supposed to do, because I guarantee you, there are people in whatever business it is that are making a lot of money. Obviously somebody did something. They went to work. I've seen it time and time again, and I know Brent has, where you see people who have gone to work in network marketing, they've done well, then all of a sudden they phase off and they're not making money. Guess what? They stop working. So that's the beauty of network marketing, is that you're allowed to make what you're worth. So my question to you, what are you worth? Brent?
I will tell you, Barrett, right now, hammer time. It was hammer time up in here. I'll tell you, there is not a whole lot more that I can add to that. In fact, hashtag, it was hammer time. Hashtag, it was hammer time. You know what? Right now, we're going to do a flash mob scene. I want everybody that's watching the broadcast today, I want you to tell us your name. Tell us where you are seeing the broadcast from and what it is that you do. Because, one of the things that we have going on here is we're exchanging. There might be somebody in the feed that does something or has something that you may need. Well, the only way that we're going to know that is if you tell us that. Mm-hmm. So we want to know your name, where you're from, and we want to know what it is that you do. We're going to do this on the count in a few seconds, on a 10-second countdown, to give you a chance to put all of that together. You're going to do that. You're going to tweet it. And you are going to put it on the feed. Your name, the town, the city, the state, the country that you see us broadcasting in, and then what it is that you do. So it's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, flash mob! Put it up there. Put it up there. Because we want to know that we're hitting something with you, that you're in it to win it, that you're in for this topic. Not only this topic, you're in for wealth. And again, one of the pillars of wealth is you got to own something. Stop and think about some of the people that the Warren Buffetts, the Earl Graves. People that are wealthy. What happened? They own something. Now, we're not saying get up and leave your job today. No, that would be foolhardy. That would be not bad move. We're saying that start building something that gives you an alternative. I actually had an experience where I was feeling kind of down and out. And it wasn't my time, and it was one of those rough periods. And I actually had started my network marketing business, but I needed what I thought was some supplemental income at the time. So I decided that I was going to get a job. There was nothing more gratifying than to walk into that employer and say, you know what, I really truly appreciate what you've done for me. You gave me that opportunity. You gave me the job. But I've decided to go a different route. And what I want to do is I want to give that job back to you so that you can give it to somebody else that truly needs this job. I want to tell you something. If you could only imagine. The gentleman was so stunned. He shook my hand. He thanked me. He said, nobody has ever come in and shared this with me in the manner in which you shared it. And I went, it was an honor. Why? Because I had built a safety net. And that's what we're saying. We oftentimes say, how many bills do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And yet you've got one source of income to cover all those bills. No wonder we cannot save. No wonder we cannot progress. And on top of everything else, you've got no tax. You've got no tax write-off other than what you normally would have. But you're not able to file a Schedule C to get the deductions that you would get. If you ever stop and think, why is it that that our federal government does not take away from the small business owner, is because they need it. We are the largest employer of people. Business ownership, they encourage it. Yes, we see the statistics on jobs, but the reality is they are looking for us to be entrepreneurs that have a stake in the neighborhood. And guess what? It doesn't matter whether you're a doctor, you're a lawyer. It doesn't matter whether you scrub floors, whether you are a nursing assistant. It doesn't matter. We have them all in the industry. We have them all. Doctors, lawyers, educators. We have nurses. We have, again, nurses assistants. We have people that scrub floors. And we have business owners in this industry. Why? Because if you own a business, you've already got customers. Why not offer them something else so that they can keep their customer engaged and money flows in your household because you have done that. Speak to that, Mr. Barrett. Speak to it, and then we're going to talk about some offers that we have on the table. Go right ahead.
Well, I mean, what you're saying is absolutely right. I mean, you're not hearing an echo or something.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gone.
Okay.
You're not limited to whatever it is that you're doing right now, and if you have a career, if you have a job. Don't get me wrong. With the advent of the Industrial Revolution over 100 years ago, it promoted people getting a job. It promoted people being employees. But it was a different time. It was a different era. The country needed different things at that point. The Industrial Revolution helped get us into where we are right now. It was a big part. But since the Industrial Revolution, we've had different ages since then. We've had the information age. We're now in what we call the conceptual age. And see, it's a matter of you evolving with the times. Do you understand that the way that you marketed business back then can't be done now? I mean, look at us now. We're having a broadcast on our computers. I mean, you think about 20, 30 years ago, you couldn't even conceive this. We're actually doing a broadcast on the computer. Still hearing an echo all of a sudden. I don't know why. But
Barrett, something you said relative to that, not only a broadcast, but a broadcast that can be seen around the entire world.
Mm-hmm.
You're right. Would you have thought about it 10 years ago that that you and I could be sitting here in our office or living room, running our business, working from home, and broadcasting around the world?
Right. So times have changed. I don't know why I'm hearing an echo. You hearing an echo?
No, I don't.
Okay, I'm hearing an echo of myself all of a sudden now. I don't know why. But the thing is, if you okay, I don't hear it anymore. But the thing is, if you think about what we're doing as far as business these days, you have to change with the times. And you hit on something so poignant when you talked about you have all these bills with one source of income. It's a different age now. You have to get multiple streams of income. I mean, if you think about it, back in the day, we're dating ourselves a bit, but you think back to when we were growing up, you were fortunate to have one car at your house.
Okay, wait a minute, Barrett. You may be aging yourself. I'm not in this conversation, okay?
I didn't say age. I said dating. See, you said age.
Okay, continue on.
But I was saying, back growing up, you were fortunate to have one car at your house. Now people have four. It's a sign of times have changed, and people. And don't get me wrong now. Going back to working in the corporate world, we have been taught to get all of these toys, and yet we don't have any security where we are to make sure we can keep these toys. And what's happening? People are getting their cars repossessed. People are getting foreclosed on. People are getting furloughed. People are losing their jobs. People are killing themselves because they can't take care of their families. This is what's happening because we have bought into a system that has changed our mindset to make us think that we have to have all these toys, but they haven't changed the way we make our money. They keep telling us to keep working for the man, and not understanding that the man doesn't care about your toys. You're the only one who cares about keeping those toys, keeping your family happy. Well, that means you have to change something. You have to change the way you think. You have to change the way you act. You have to change the way you work. And if you're not willing to change that, you're going to be one of those quote unquote victims of what society is teaching us. And you can't really blame society at this point because the information is there. As Brent said, all of you have been talked to by someone about a network marketing opportunity. Let's say that that opportunity isn't for you. So go find one that is for you. I always say, find a network marketing opportunity that you can get passionate about. Something that you can stay up at night thinking about because you just are so excited about. Or for me, I have a hero complex. I like to be able to help people do something that they normally would not be able to do on their own, that could help them in some way. It's not necessarily the money that motivates me. I'm more about helping people, but I know I can make money in doing so, so that helps me. That's how I am. That may not be you. You may be motivated by the company that gives away the car or gives away the trip. Don't get me wrong, I get the trips too. But I'm just saying, you may be motivated by those things. Whatever it is, whatever you can be passionate about, that's where you need to put your focus in. Because I guarantee you, most of you are not passionate about punching that clock on Monday morning. So
you're about to preach up in here, sir.
Pass the plate.
Well, I'll tell you, Barrett, he hit it right on the head. And, you know, a couple of things I want to feed into what he had said. There is an article that was in Black Enterprise. In fact, you can find it online, Black Enterprise Wealth for Life. The 5 hottest industries to start a business right now. That's an article. It was written by Carolyn M. Brown. It was published on April 23rd, 2014. Now, I will share with you the interesting thing about this article is that anything that's listed here, you will find that there is a multi-level or a network marketing company that has that particular product. You know, what we're encouraging, what Barrett and I are talking about is solo versus a mob. Solo versus having multiple. When you have multiple, you know that as long as they are successful, you are successful. And the beauty is they're independent, or we're an intradependent team. They do not have that. You do not have to manage them. They're grown. They can manage themselves. You give them the information. You help them along the way. You inspire them. But guess what? Once you give them the tools, it is up to them. You become a resource for them. They run their business. Be fair. Make sure that you've given them the tools to run their business, and then let them run. I am so privileged to have people that are part of my business group that are running, that they are doing their thing. I don't need to say so. In fact, I felt like I was a mother giving up my children. I mean, you doing what? Without me? Hey, that's what we long for. As parents, we long for our children to be independent. We have a connection, but we long for them to be independent. Here, it's almost like having it again. You can treat your family, your babies, but guess what? They grow up and they go on their own, and the beauty is because you've done the work in the beginning, you receive the reward, and the reward can be for a lifetime. Would you agree with that, Barrett?
I would totally agree. I mean, it's all about being able to launch other people in business. It's a great feeling being able to do that.
Yes, it is to launch. And you know what? I like what Barrett just said there. We didn't say join. See, we join clubs. We launch businesses. Join clubs, launch businesses. Whenever you hear Microsoft bring up a new product, they don't say we're going to join. They say we're launching this product. Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
And so we want you to launch a business. And as Barrett said, find something that you like, something that you love. In fact, you know what? Hashtag I love, and whatever it is, go ahead and hashtag that. Let folks know what you love to do, what you want to be able to do. Maybe somebody on the feed is doing that, and guess what? They can help you to get started, to get launched. Barrett and I both are in business. Right now, today, what we're saying to you is figure out what it is that you love and then look at how you can launch it. That's what we want you to do. Hashtag, I want to launch whatever it is. Hashtag, I want to launch whatever it is. We're winding down. We got about 11 minutes left. We still have time for you to bring somebody on. So go into and go into your Facebook site and let them know what's happening over here in the Wealth Warriors and say, come on and join us on the Wealth Warriors. Get some solid information. Get some offers, get some stuff, because guess what? We've got stuff that we're giving away. We've got stuff that we're making it cost effective so that you can create wealth. You know, I remember Myron Golden saying to me, he said, Brent, if I help you make $50,000 a month, will you pay me $50,000 for a year to help you make $50,000 a month? I went, where do I sign? Because that's the kind of information and access that we're going to give to you. Okay, Barrett, go ahead, speak to it. Go ahead, speak to it.
What did you have to say to that? That was wonderful.
Well, thank you, sir. Thank you. Couple of things that we want you to know. First of all, the month of April is going to be outstanding. We are going to have, by Monday or Tuesday, we're going to have the lineup for all the shows that are occurring in April. I will let you know that Barrett is going to be with us periodically because y'all hashtag and said we want him to be with you, Brent, and I appreciate that. So periodically we're going to have I'm trying to hone him down to at least once a month, ladies and gentlemen, once a month that he will be with me, and we're going to have a couple of different co-hosts. We are now going to start the series, and we're going to have series every month on topics that are relevant to the commitment, to your wealth commitment, so that you will be able to see a measurable change by the end of the year, that you will be able to see where you've made improvement, where you've got money saved that you can invest. You can invest in real estate. You can invest. You know, I'm a proponent now of investing in other tangibles. People oftentimes do not think about investing in art. You might invest in a newcomer that eventually becomes something down the line. So we're investing in jewelry, we're investing in art, we're investing in other tangibles. We're going to have people on that are going to talk to us about tangibles that you can invest in because they create wealth. You have a net worth, you have a cash value, you have a real value. So we're going to be dealing and talking about that. By now, you should have a copy of our Wealth Blueprint. That's the offer that we've been going through the first quarter. We're going to start another offer during the second quarter. And so, again, we're putting these on the table. Why? Because they create wealth. We're going to talk 12 principles. And one of those principles, in fact, I almost want to say the number one principle is we need to own a business. We need to have a second source of income. In fact, Warren Buffett speaks about that. If your first source is your job, you need to create a second source. Oh, Brent, when am I going to be able to do this? I don't have any time. You had 40 hours that you gave to the job. So here's how we can do this. Your 9 to 5 from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m., that's time for you to work your business. That's part-time. Oh, well, Brent, no. You said you wanted wealth. Even if you make it 7 to 10, and guess what? The West Coast, at 10 p.m. to midnight, you can be calling the West Coast and working your business. Are you willing to work 18 months to have a lifetime of residual income that gives you choice? Because, ladies and gentlemen, that's what's on the table. Are you willing? You see, we've got to be ready. We've got to be willing, and surely we are able to make it happen. If, and that's the powerful two-letter word, if we are willing. Hey, Barrett, you've got an offer on the table. I'd love for you to share your offer with our listening audience. Please go right ahead.
Well, I'm super excited about turn an echo again. I
know what it is. I'll tell you offline. Go right ahead.
I'm super excited about what we have coming up. In December of 2015, we have what we call the World Success Summit. And Brent, it is truly amazing. You get to spend 5 days on location with me coaching you and training you on how to be productive and turn that productivity into profits. How would you like to double your revenue? Is that something you'd like to do? Yes or yes. So what we're going to have is also the fabulous, the incomparable Clark Garrison, who is the founder of Survival Radio Network. He will be there talking to you about your mindset and making sure that you can get ready to take 2016 into another stratosphere. We have Jasmine O'Day. If you have not seen Jasmine O'Day, she is a serial entrepreneur. She is either owner or part owner of over 30 businesses. She is extremely wealthy, and she flies under the radar, but we have her for this event, the World Success Summit.
Wow.
Yes, she's worth about 8 figures, I believe. Yes, we have one and only Shay Brown, the guru of sales. He is the, as they say, the sales cardiologist, because he can take your business and turn sales into some serious profits for you. We have Shay Brown as part of the World Success Summit. And his partner, Mr. Trevor Ott, the mad scientist of marketing. He will be there to help you turn your business into something that everybody knows and that everybody can come to without you having to do as much work. How do you like that? Then, to top it off, we have 2 heavy hitters. We have Allison Bird. You know Allison, yes. The money mover herself. Allison Bird, just so you know, if you don't know, Allison Bird made it so that you all know who Lisa Nichols is, because she handled Lisa Nichols' sales and marketing to take Lisa Nichols to another arena in herself. She more than doubled her sales. She put her sales up by, I believe, over 100%. Just on her own, she did that. Now, to top it off, the gentleman you just spoke of, my friend, my mentor, my coach, Mr. Myron Golden, is part of the World Success Summit. If you don't know Myron Golden, you need to get to know Myron Golden. Myron Golden knows more about wealth and money than you and I may have forgotten already. He knows so much about wealth. He's written books on it. He has talked about it, and I've seen him make over 100 grand in a weekend. I watched him do it. So he is going to be there and with us at the World Success Summit. It's going to be in December. And what we're doing is we're taking, if you want more information on the cost of this event and what your initial investment would be, you can contact me, where we're taking deposits now because in December. You have time to get ready for this event, but it is incredible. And once you decide if you want to be a part of it, I have a special surprise to tell you about this event as well. For those that want more information, you can contact me. I'm going to give you my direct number. You can contact me, 301-326-9919. That's 301-326-9919. If you want more information on the World Success Summit, I want you to contact me. Brent?
I appreciate it, Barrett. Thank you very, very much. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Yes, Brent Harding is going to be there, because I've met some of these individuals, and to be in front of them is going to be absolutely outstanding. So, Barrett, I do appreciate that. Please contact him, because, again, if we want to create wealth, we need to be talking to the people that actually have done it. They become mentors. What's the difference between a coach and a mentor? A coach shows you the moves. A mentor has done it and is able to give you the history and the story. We're at the 2-minute warning right now. So I want to make sure that you know that we will be here next week, same time, same channel at Studio 116. I broadcast out of Boston, Massachusetts. It's been my pleasure to be with you this morning and to be sharing the incredible nugget called network marketing, and it truly is an incredible nugget. Come April, Wealth Warriors we're going to be sharing with you some packages that we put together, and by the way, Barrett is going to be a part of that package, because one of the things we do need to know is we need to take action. action is critical. We take no action, we have no results. So we're going to give you the lineup by Tuesday. You will have the by Monday, you will have the lineup of what we anticipate for the month of April. But I want you to know this, no matter what, sometimes we change the storyline, because what is hot right now is having your own business. What is hot right now is the business model of network marketing. There are so many out there. Find something, like Barrett said, that you're passionate about and take action. Enroll, launch your business, and you know what? We will see you at the top. As one of my dear friends says, we will see you at the top because the bottom is just too crowded. Right. Again, on behalf of the Wealth Warriors, Barrett Matthews for being here with us. We're going to close out. We will see you next time, Saturday mornings, 9 a.m. sharp. It has been my pleasure to be your host for this morning's broadcast. Bye-bye now.
Take action.